I want to start by saying thank you to a very good dolly friend of ours in India. Hi Jen Dollhouse. Go follow her on Instagram so you can see the dolls in her collection. So Jen actually was kind enough to send me an audio recording of this doll's name pronunciation so that we would know exactly how the doll's name is supposed to be pronounced. So it's pronounced like this according to Jen Dollhouse. Dalpinder Chowdhury. I hope I'm saying that correct. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't doing injustice to this beautiful doll and saying his name wrong. This is the box that he comes in. So unlike Barbie dolls, this box feels very substantial in weight and just very elegant looking box. It's plain, it's just black with black on black kind of embossed type of lettering. There's a magnet on the side so you can open it up and close it very neatly. The box has like a 3-part construction. There's this little side flap here and then this big piece that covers him up. Inside his box, of course, we have the doll and these little air vents, it looks like, that they poked holes in there, but they're very neat and pretty looking. This box is just a very pretty box. I normally don't, but I would keep this box. And included as well are his accessories, which come in a little box. It's just stuck in there with some cardboard on the side, see? And then he's also got it, looks like a felt hat, kind of looks like a fedora hat. And this drawer actually opens so we can look at his accessories inside. You just want to push the little drawer out. And this is what we're going to get. These are the contents of what was inside the box. So inside that little box, he comes with a pair of spare hands, and the hands are in a different position than the ones that are already in the doll right now. He also comes with a braided bracelet. He also has a necklace, a pair of hoop earrings, and a really fancy looking watch. It looks like leather straps. The accessories are beaded and they look so real. The craftsmanship on Integrity's accessories are unbelievable. And he also comes with a pair of shoes which are in a sandal style to go along with the rest of his outfit. Along with the felt hat, it's very simple construction, not really that fancy. And I'm a little surprised that they just do a simple felt material for the hats, because with all of the detail gone into the Integrity Toys dolls, I would expect for them to do something a little bit more longer lasting than this felt hat. And hopefully it looks good on him, so I'll try it on, we'll see. To properly remove him from the box, you need to take out this insert that was in there with him and untie the ribbons there in the back. There's also a certificate of authenticity that comes with this guy, and he is number 288 out of 600, and looks like it says 45, 645. I can't read that writing that good. Maybe it's a 2, 625. But anyways, it's a limited edition of dolls, and he's number 288. The COA, it's kind of made out of like cardstock paper, instead of just a regular sheet of printed paper like Barbie does it. Kind of tucked into the side of the box is his actual stand pole, so you don't want to forget that piece there. The rest of his stand is behind him inside the box, right behind him in that square compartment. I want you guys to check out all of the cool merch that we have available on our channel now. All of the icons are right below the screen in the description box. So if you click on any of the images there, they will take you right over to our merch shop. You can see all the cool designs that my son Gino has been working on to provide graphics and images for our Dolly fans. So I'm really happy to be able to share that with you guys, as well as coming soon, custom clothing for our dolls as well, so we can match with our dolls. Alright, Dalpinder is now dressed in all of his accessories except for his earrings. I had 2 earrings for him, but one of them broke. See how the pieces are separated? Yeah, that part that goes into the ear just snapped right off. Very, very fragile. But part of the reason why it broke was because his ears are not really pierced, right? You can see where the hole's supposed to be, but when you actually try to put the earring in there, it doesn't just go smoothly into the ear as if they started to pierce it but didn't quite finish the job. So for this other side, I had to pierce it myself using my thumbtack, and I was able to get the one earring in. Then when I tried to do the other side, it broke because it's very fragile. So that's a bummer, but fortunately, I'm a customizer and I happen to know how to make jewelry earrings for dolls, so I'm not sweating it because they're just a very simple hoop design. There's nothing fancy about these earrings that would require for me to do anything special to replace them, so I can just make him another pair of earrings if I just need to have them in both ears. But for now, I'm okay with him just having one earring because he's a guy and guys can totally get away with doing the one earring look. So I'm not sweating that too much, you guys. Another little mishap is this necklace. I thought that when I saw it on the board, I thought the necklace and this charm were connected. But when I took the earring off of the cardboard, it was not attached to this little charm here. So I had to pull out some of my earring making jewelry tools and fasten that charm onto his necklace myself. I just thought I would point that out. So just be careful when you're dealing with these dolls. They put so much work and detail into the tiny little intricate designs that you can easily damage things that the dolls come with if you're not being careful. It was a bit of a struggle to get the shoes loose enough so that he could wear them. I used to manage a sneaker store for a few years, so I'm pretty familiar with sneakers in general. In real life, when you get new shoes right out of the box to try them on, you have to undo the shoelaces somewhat in order to get your foot in there because they like to lace the shoes all the way up. And you might think that they don't fit, but really it's just because the laces are too tight. So that's kind of what happened with him. But I love the construction of the shoes. This bottom part here, the sole on the outer side, is hard like plastic. And then the inner sole soft, and he's got what looks like fake leather as the actual parts of the sandal that's all stitched together. And the tongue is a separate piece that actually moves, so it's like tucked in there, so you have to kind of dig it out. I had to use some tools to act as kind of like tweezers for me to be able to do that because my fingers are too big. They even have this piece right here, the piece that you pull on. After so many years of spending time in a sneaker store, you'd think I would know what that part of the shoe is called, but I have no idea what it's called. Anyway, it was useful to have that because I was able to pull his shoes all the way onto his feet. And his felt hat, I guess it looks okay on him. I'm not totally crazy about it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it on this doll, probably not, but it's just very simple construction. It's just felt and a little piece of ribbon going around it. You could probably watch a tutorial on how to make a hat like this and do it yourself. So this is not something to write home about. I don't think it's anything special. He also came with this braided bracelet that has a really lovely design. It's looks like very, very tiny weaving work where you kind of like braid the thread up. And then on the other hand, I've got his leather watch. It's very detailed and it feels real. Like it's got leather, or it's not real leather, but it looks like leather. And it's got the buttons on the side of the piece, and the face of it has actual writing around it. So it looks like tiny little Roman numerals. On the outside, he's wearing this very beautiful light blue suede jacket. I doubt that this is true suede or leather. And any of these pieces, you guys, they have to charge you so much more for the outfits. If it was real suede, I don't think that it is, but it feels like it. It's very buttery soft. And there are some hooks I see on the inside here so that you can close it if you chose to. So that would be a nice look. And then underneath, he's wearing this white button-up shirt, but the buttons aren't real. He's also got fasteners there in the front to close it up. It's very distinguished looking. He's got on an actual belt. This is made of the same material they use for his watch. And he's got some trousers on that start off looking like dress pants, but as you get lower, they turn into sweatpants. And it's made of like, what is this stuff called? I want to say it's called canvas. I think it's cute that it's cropped at the bottom. I think some people didn't like that because they look very dressy at the top. But I'm into all sorts of fashion that doesn't look quite traditional. And the same for his shirt underneath. It's got like a high collar instead of a folded down one. And that's very different. You don't really see that a lot. Just in general, but especially not on dolls. None of the pockets on the front of the jacket are functional. They just look really nice. On his pants, he's got a pocket here. These are his spare hands. I just wanted to run them in here so I could show you guys that there's an actual pocket here. You can pose your doll with their hands inside their pockets, which is always very cool and realistic looking. So I am feeling that. And also these pants have a working zipper. And I'm sure this part up here, the button, is supposed to be a button at the top, and that's probably going to be a hook keeping them closed. Here's a better look at his hand, all the details in his hand. He's got nails. He's got lines in the knuckles. And just overall in general, he's very well executed. I love the face. Sometimes with Integrity boys, I find that the males are very like effeminate looking, but because they're supposed to be like fashion models, I guess it's not really strange that they're styled that way. However, I always gravitate towards dolls that I feel like even if you're a pretty boy, you still have some level of masculinity to your face. Just the structure of the face. So he's got a very defined jawline, very, very light painting of sideburns. And his hair is very shiny, but it's also super gelled. So it's molded like this with gel. And it's not crispity crunchy level gel, but it's a lot of gel still. So I do plan on giving him a little wash to make his hair kind of settle the way that it really wants to. That's no big surprise. A lot of the Integrity Toys guys do have a lot of gel in their hair to keep their haircuts looking good. Junjin back there in the background, I ended up doing a little bit of sprucing up to his hair because it was super gelled. Adonis way in the back there, and he has a lot of hair and flocking around the edges of his hair, but it's all totally gelled down. As for the skin tone, he's a brown skin tone, very caramel colorish. This doll, I mean, he was basically a 50-50 between me and Adonis as far as I wasn't looking for this guy, but Adonis has been trying to expand the males in our collection, and he really liked how this doll looked when he saw pictures of it, so he suggested it to me. He actually is supposed to be a twin character with his brother, who I don't have, but I'm thinking about getting him. I didn't want him because they have the same exact head sculpt, just different styling. So I figured I didn't need two Integrity guys with the same exact sculpts in my collection. I love the outfits and the accessories both of these guys come with, so I don't know yet. These hands are very interesting. They have a different type of a curl to the fingers here on the end on one side. That's cute.
Hey, wait a minute.
And his other hand is just kind of looks like it might be like gripping something. Potentially, it's kind of curled up. You can get a lot of expression out of the doll with the hand swapping and positioning the hands a certain way. Integrity Toys dolls are all made to come apart. So their limbs, you can take them apart. It's very easy to remove their feet and their hands. Just be careful. Don't just yank on them. Twist and turn as you pull things so as to preserve as much as possible the joints and the doll's parts. I really love his coloring, and I wanted to see him next to Adonis. So next to one another, it looks like to me that Dalpinder and Adonis don't have exactly the same skin tone. Although it's very similar, I honestly can't tell the difference, you guys. On one hand, it seems like they're a little bit different in color. What do you guys think? Tell me if you think they might be a skin tone match, because that would be kind of sick if I could interchange their hands. Poor Adonis here, he's got a little bit of discoloring in his hands now, and I feel like they lightened up a little bit from maybe being on display for a long time. So they're not quite the same skin tone as the rest of him. So here are the hands next to each other. This is Dalpinder's hands, and it's a very, very small difference, but off camera, I can see that there's a different color going on here. But as I stated, that's mostly because Adonis's hands got discolored from being displayed too long. So, and I haven't switched his hands in a while. So that's really not accurate. You guys be the judge. To me, they look very similar in skin tone, and they might be able to get away with swapping body parts. Probably wouldn't be that noticeable on camera. So if you can get away with it, then that's good enough. Let's also talk about this doll stand. So for one, the doll stand is constructed like this. And this piece is very long, goes all the way down to the bottom if you need it shorter, to adjust the height to fit whatever doll you're going to put on the stand. The actual stand itself is very pretty and heavy and well constructed, and the only thing I don't like is that this matte finish gets scraped up looking when the shoes of the doll kind of like move around on here when you're adjusting the doll, and it leaves all these little scuff marks, which is not good to look at. I buffered them out kind of, because I could just wipe them away, but I didn't like seeing that there in the first place, so that's kind of weird. So a couple of things about the construction of this thing. It splits like a V, like this, so you can put the doll, the arms underneath. However, this type of stand, I personally wish that it would go down further and get shorter, because I prefer to use these as saddle stands instead, and basically put the doll's legs around it on each side so that he's standing over it, and it seems like it holds the doll pretty well, and they don't wobble or like distract from the doll's outfit. So that's my preference. But this one I can't do that with because it's way too tall. At the shortest setting, it's still too tall for me to do that. The parts here that go under your arms are black. Now these tips, I think, really put some people off because they felt like it was breaking up the seamlessness of the doll on display. If you really don't like that black, you can actually just pull them off, because this is rubber or something, and then it's just the metal there. So if you really don't like it, pull it off. Maybe that will help to camouflage the stand a bit better when your dolls are on it. Just a suggestion. Underneath his lovely jacket was his button-up shirt that's actually a short sleeve, and I just wanted to show you guys how it looks. Like it's made out of linen. And look at his little back pockets. That's so cute. These pants look so real. They're very well crafted clothes, you guys. And I tell you, Integrity Toys, they really blow me away with just how they make the clothing. It's so detailed. Look at this. There's even shoulder pads inside of this jacket to keep the shape. Like they're little tiny shoulder pads. So detailed. I love the way that they make their clothes. The pants have belt loops all the way around, not just here in the front. So we're gonna stop here, and then we're gonna take a look at the body structure and all of the joints and compare him to my other Integrity and my Made to Move guys when we come back. The next installment of this video is already up, so just go ahead and look for that in the playlist, or just click on the next video that would be labeled as part 2 for this one. I'll see you in the next one. My name is Gypsy, and you're watching Broken Dolly TV. Have a dolly day.